It is April 30th, 2021, and in this video, we're going to discuss what has been done regarding the murder of Timothy Ravel Reed, as well as show you a quick clip of my interaction or how I ran into the protest yesterday. Follow along.
Hey, watching man right now, you're watching dcbornrob on YouTube.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located, and thanks for watching. My name is Rob Christian, also known as dcbornrob or DC Rob. I answer to them all. I am a video vlogger, specifically now for Colombia and travelers from Colombia to and from the U.S. and other countries as well. I try to give you as much information as I can. Check out my news stories. But on this subject of Timothy Ravel Reed, I want to show you what I've done, and I want to ask your assistance in this video also. But first, I was looking out my window, looking out my hotel window. I'm at the Dan Carlton. Yeah, I know. I'm telling you where I am, but by the time you see this video, I'll be gone. But I'm staying at the Dan Carlton, really nice hotel, right off of 43rd Avenue Poblado, right next to Parque Presidential. Beautiful outside. It's a little cloudy right now. But anyway, I'm still in Medellin, Colombia, and I'll be leaving this hotel shortly. But yesterday, I'm looking outside the window. And I can see, first I heard the crowd, then I looked out the window and I can see him at Parque Poblado. And it must have been hundreds of them. You could hear boom, 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 the shooting, the explosions of the gas, or I don't know if they're shock grenades or what. And the helicopter overhead. I'll show that in a separate video. I'm going to have a lot of video when I get back. I have so much to do, so much to edit. It's only so much time in a day, and it's just me. So between that and working 8 hours and can't do anything until 8 o'clock anyway, or until except for times like this, first thing in the morning, I can get up at 6 a.m. For some reason, I wake up at 6. I guess the sun's coming up earlier. But anyway, let me show you what I walked into when I left here, because I heard it and I'm like, well, now I have to go up and record and see what's happening. So this is about 2 minutes long. Camera overheated right at the end, but at least take a look at what I experienced.
Well, they got a couple of people, well, a few people. On the corner, you can see them taking them away. There's still flashbangs, or I don't know if it's gas, CS gas or what. That's on the other side of the park, which is 10th. I'm on 9th. This is 9th, and that's 43rd on that corner. And right here it's peaceful. They did arrest a few people a second ago, but okay, here we go. Yeah, they're just going to stop. They're not going to cross the line. But they're pressing the issue. Oh. Okay, here we go. I ain't in it. I ain't in it. Some are moving up, some are standing in the back. Holy shit. Okay, it's time to go. What the fuck was that for? Shit. Oh! Oh shit. Okay. Shit, there's my man. Oh, with the cowbell. They're throwing that shit back. Oh, shit. It's burning. It is gas. It is CS gas. Oh, shit. I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. And they're throwing this shit back, too. Which means they're going to shoot more. Oh shit, and they're on the other end too, which is right in front of Sweet Georgia Cafe.
Okay, so you can see in my effort to try to get the news to you directly from the source, I got caught up in it a bit. That stuff stays in your throat all evening long too. At least 3 or 4 hours, the stuff stayed in my throat and my sinuses. It got sketchy up there. And of course, this camera thing, man, this Osmo action has been driving me crazy. So I'm pulling out the Osmo Pocket again. It's a better camera. Anyway, yeah, so I got caught up in it. I have a lot more footage of around the area of me walking down the street to Sweet Georgia Cafe. They had their door shut. I didn't want to bang on the door or anything, but I knew they was in there. All the merchants started closing up their places, pulling their furniture back inside, and not to get caught up in the middle of this. So it was a little mayhem for a little while, but then there were police everywhere, so they maintained. I don't know exactly the reasoning for the protest. I'm told, and I was told by a taxi driver, that it's because of taxes and tax reform, and that their sales tax is 19%. 19%. Imagine buy something for $1, it's $1.20 or $1.19. That's extreme, and they're trying to reform it now, and they're saying that the government is corrupt. I don't know anything about personal policy, so about Colombian policy, so I'm not going to get into their personal business. That's Colombian business as far as I'm concerned. What I'm more focused on right now is following up on the murder of a U.S. citizen in Barranquilla, Colombia, Mr. Timothy Ravel Reed. So what I've done so far is what I have done. And I apologize if I haven't gotten to your comments yet. It literally takes hours for me to go through because I want to comment on it. I want to read them all and then comment on it. And the answer to the crime may even be in there, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. So I apologize for that. I'm still going through it. It takes hours on top of recording and editing and living and working and so on and so on. So bear with me on that one. But the thing is, I have so far to date, I've contacted the State Department here in Colombia, and I have gotten a reply. I'm going to read it to you. Then I replied again because I wasn't happy with the reply, and they just replied again this morning. So I want to read it to you. I do not have any contact with the family. Again, I'm reaching out to you guys to ask you guys if any of my viewers, anyone watching this video knows the family or someone that knows the family. I actually have my girl working on this too, and I think she found somebody who knew someone in the family. But anyway, any assistance is greatly welcome. My whole thing is to keep this story in the light. I have people telling me here, because now I walk into a place and they go, Rob, DC Rob, hey, listen, man, yesterday at Brooklyn's Cafe, by the way, make sure you stop by Brooklyn's Cafe. I sat down and I'm talking to Chef Jay. Anyway, as soon as I walk in, guy says, Rob, DC Rob, sit down, man, we need to talk. Look here, man, you need to be careful. So, and I've heard that a few times, be careful, be careful. I'm not saying anything negative about the Colombian government. All I'm trying to do is have them investigate properly and let us, the public, know. Okay, a lot of things have to be done by the family. I get that, but they need to let the public know, because I have people, and you know who you are, who have commented already that you were planning on coming, but you're not coming now. People saying boycott Colombia and so on. I'm not saying that. I say let's get a resolution to this. I still love Medellin Colombia. I still love Colombia. Everybody has their faults. So I'm not trying to excuse anything, but the case that I'm referring to is the murder of a man in cold blood, an American citizen trying to live out his dream here in Colombia, and was cut short. I have so many different opinions on this subject. I get that. So all I can do, the power of the pen, or now the power of the keyboard. So far, I have reached out to Senator Ossoff and Warnock, and to the foreign correspondents for the Washington Post. Again, I'll read you my correspondence with the State Department as well, but I'm going to ask that you, my viewers, do the same, not with the State Department, but with Warnock and Ossoff, if you will reach out to them. Let me switch over because I'm going to show you what I have on the screen. I want to show you how it looks to log on and so on. Okay, again, I have reached out to the U.S. State Department here in Bogota, Colombia. Let me show you what I wrote to them first, and then I'll show you the contact pages for both senators for Georgia. I wrote, to whom it may concern, my name is Robert Christian. I am reaching out to request assistance in finding out to best work with the Colombian legal authorities. I'm reaching out to request assistance in finding out how to best work with the Colombian legal authorities, specifically the Barranquilla police authorities. And I have many others are extremely disturbed by the tragic killing of an American, Timothy Ravel Reed, last week in Barranquilla, Colombia. The story presented immediately to the press was that it was a simple robbery of a gold chain from Mr. Reed, and that he put up a fight. and this is the reason that he was shot twice in the head. I and thousands of others do not agree with this initial finding. I am a travel YouTube content creator and blog specifically for travelers to Colombia and around the world. As at this point, I represent thousands of concerned American citizens as well as expats here in Colombia in seeing that this crime gets investigated fully. There are too many people here in Colombia that stand to benefit from the death of Mr. Reed, and I believe that this should not be filed by the police as a basic robbery gone bad. I and other content creators will continue to voice our opposition to this initial finding by the police and want justice done on behalf of the family of Mr. Reed. Please offer advice and or assistance where you can with this issue. It cannot be this easy to kill someone, especially an American citizen attempting to live his dream here by starting a business. This cannot be the end of this investigation. If you are not aware of this murder, we can offer more insight per your request. There are numerous videos created by Mr. Reed that are public that show that, one, he was nervous and recording for his safety, and two, that numerous people had to gain from his murder. I respectfully ask that immediate attention be paid to this issue of an American being murdered in public and in cold blood. I'm aware that Colombia has its own way of dealing with issues such as this. I'm simply requesting assistance from the United States government in this investigation. Best regards, and my contact information. As soon as you send them something, you get an automatic email reply. We'll follow up with you shortly. So, but then I finally got a response. It says, thank you for contacting the U.S. Embassy in Bogota. The U.S. State Department has no greater priority than the safety and security of U.S. citizens overseas. Unfortunately, the embassy does not have the authority to intervene in Colombian judicial proceedings. Therefore, we cannot investigate crimes, provide legal advice, or represent you in court. If you keep us up to date with the actions taken, we can follow up with the appropriate entity when needed to make sure the process/investigation is performed openly, transparently, and fairly. If you so choose, a list of attorneys can be found on our website, and there's a link. And then, of course, there's a disclaimer. U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia assumes no responsibility or liability for the professional ability or reputation of blah, blah, blah. They're just giving you a list of advisors, and that was it. I wasn't happy with the response, not the response I wanted. I wanted to hear that they're at least in touch with the family and that they're working to actively alert the public. So I responded again. Thank you for your reply. I would appreciate any assistance you could offer in this case. While I understand you cannot interfere with any other country's internal business, I would hope that you would be able to ask questions to find out where the case is and report in some sort of official U.S. governmental notification to those following this story. Again, I represent thousands of U.S. citizens and expats living here in Colombia. I am not seeking information solely for my personal curiosity. A man was murdered. An American man was murdered in another country. I believe our government should be able to inform us as to what's being done on his behalf and not just leave it to the Colombian government to sweep under the rug. I, and again, thousands of others, do not believe that Mr. Reed was killed fighting for a small gold chain. If you look at the situation in its entirety, you can't help but know this. My next step will be to reach out to Mr. Reed's home senators, John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, for comment and assistance. We, the public, need to know what's been done and how the investigation has been unfolding. Again, I am a YouTube content creator, and I will now request assistance in this matter from my viewers regarding reaching out to U.S. representatives. Other content creators are also willing to put forth an effort in attempting to receive information on this case, whether here in Colombia or in the United States. The U.S. media will also be contacted, as well as Mr. Reed's college contacts at Morehouse College. We cannot just let this be filed as just another murder for a gold chain. We respectfully demand some sort of accountability from both the Colombian government as well as the U.S. government. Thanks in advance for your assistance. You can bring to bear you can bring to bear in this issue of an American being murdered in cold blood in Colombia. Best regards, and my contact information. Again, they sent me a short reply again, and this one at least let me know that they were in communication with the family. Okay, it says, as you acknowledge, the U.S. Embassy as in the case of U.S. diplomatic missions around the world, does not have the authority to intervene in Colombian judicial proceedings. The U.S. Embassy is closely following this case and is in contact and communication with Mr. Reed's family. Unfortunately, the embassy is prohibited from sharing information about any American without written consent from the deceased family per the Privacy Act of 1974. And if you and or your viewers have any information that could aid in the investigation, you may contact National Police of Colombia, which is the lead investigation agency. The link is as follows. And I'm going to put these links in here. I'll put it on the screen. Or if you can't see it right here, I'll make sure it's in the description also, because I'm asking you at this point now to reach out to his representatives in Georgia. If you care, if you think this could happen to you, if you think it matters, if you think it's wrong what happened, and I've seen a lot of your comments so far, hundreds of comments, by the way, and I don't know how far, I'm at least a day behind keeping up with it, but a lot of the comments are shame, this is a shame, this is tragic. A lot of, he could have did this, there were a lot of red flags, and the guys there were sketchy, but ultimately a man lost his life, and we're trying to get resolution for the family. Okay, by the way, I replied again, thank you that you're working on it and so on. But let me take you to the contact pages for his John Ossoff, ossoff.senate.gov/contact. And you can come here, and once you go to the contact section, you can click send John a note. Again, I will put the links in the description under this video. Make sure you look at the descriptions. I'll put a lot of information in those. And now it seems to be taking its sweet time. But there is a section I want you to know in there. Okay, here we go. You put your name, Mr. Joe Smith, your address, city, state, phone, email. Put this information in. If you care, take this effort. I'm asking you, take this effort from my viewers to put some pressure on the Colombian authorities and the U.S. authorities just to make us apprised of what's going on. There is this pull down that says legislative issue. I chose, where is it? Foreign relations. Yeah, foreign relations. And then in the subject matter, I put murder of a Georgia businessman in Colombia. I want to draw their attention to this one. Normally, obviously, the congressmen or senators don't get these messages directly. They have aides that read these. But I'm thinking if enough of you guys, as well as myself, continue to follow up with them, something will be done. We should receive responses. So make sure your email address is correct in there. You should receive a response. And it's the same for the contact for Rev. Raphael Warnock. He just won, if you remember, highly contested election last year. But the exact same thing, go ahead and fill out the information for it. I'll make sure there's a link in the description. Okay. Hold up. So I just got a response back from Warnock's email server or whatever service it is. I think there's a way where they can say, okay, you don't live in Georgia, so this is not for you. That's basically what the response said. You need to contact your own congressman or senator about your issues because you don't live in this state. Because again, it asks you to put your personal information in, your correct information, my correct information. I mean, I could put Georgia, but my correct information was for Texas, and they're going, hey, dude, you need to talk to your own representative. So I may be reaching out to my own. You may need to reach out to your own, but he also has a phone number too. So that will be my next step, to reach out to him directly and get some direction from them verbally. We'll see if they even answer the phone. But I just want to let you know that I did get that response right before I started posting this video or publishing it. And that's what happened. So, and then lastly, to one place that we do need to reach out to is Morehouse College. He is a graduate of Morehouse College, and I'm going to guess they're not going to take lightly of this if they are even aware of it. If they aren't aware of it, I'm going to make them aware of it. If you know anybody that has contacts in Georgia or with Morehouse College, reach out to them, please. I met a gentleman last night that said he knew the president. I said, can you get him in touch with me? He said, well, not sure, but let me check and see. So there's a lot of you guys. There's a lot of information from you guys that can possibly help crack this case and just give the information that they need. Like he said, whoever was writing from the State Department, send us some information. If you come up with more evidence or you know something, send it to them. So let's do that. Let's send it to them. I'll make sure the address is in the description also for the Department of State as well, to reach out to them. The more people that reach out to them, the more people they know are on the outside looking in and not just going to let this go by the wayside. We cannot let this happen. I want to thank everybody who has emailed me too. There's been, man, I've got some investigators in there, man. You guys are sharp. Some of the messages I'm getting screenshots. I'm like, look, you need to look at this picture. Remember, my email address is dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com, dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. I'll put that at the bottom also. Do me a favor, if you're not in our group and you go back and forth to Colombia, join the group of like-minded individuals that go back and forth here and get in the know. Plus, I post videos quicker on there too, like the one yesterday from the protest. I put that immediately on the site, but I had to hold off on putting it here. So anyway, I'm asking for your assistance again to reach out to his representatives, to Mr. Timothy Ravel Reed's representatives in Georgia, also in Warnock. But thank you guys for following this story so closely. Thank you for your feedback. It is invaluable. Thank you so much. And guys, stay safe wherever you are.
We have a YouTube channel, like it.
Please comment and share if you like the video. Please subscribe and kick the bell.